Welcome to Brainitz. In this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you a little bit about how to use Brainitz, the benefits of it. And if you're a teacher and want a little bit more in-depth demonstration on how to use the product, please stick around for the end of the video. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Basically what you do, you need to go ahead and register for to use the product. So we're just going to go ahead and create a little account. You'll do this exactly as I'm doing it here. And you're going to register as a teacher. One of the things that you'll notice when you click OK is that you're going to be assigned a specific teacher ID. This will allow students, when they log in, to pull up only your specific videos. So if a science teacher, a math teacher, and an English teacher are all using Brainitz, then only your videos will show up for the students, so that way they don't have to filter through all of them. And of course, if they want to sign in and look at the videos of another teacher, they'll just use a different ID. So you've now created your account, your teacher number 4. You'll need to log in. Once you've logged in, you'll immediately come to the editing page. When you go to the editing page, simply all you're going to do is you're going to first off create a new lesson. And we're just going to go with my first lesson. Then you're going to go ahead and pick your video. We're going to do chapter 14, section 2. Our new lesson was created. Next, you're going to go ahead and select a lesson. And right now, because you're going to have multiple lessons that you may want to go back and edit later on. Right now, we're going to just go ahead and take care of my first lesson. From here, you're going to go ahead and play the lesson.
Now, hello again, and this is Kurt Knox. Hopefully with a little more hair. It's been a week. I've been using Rogaine, so we'll check back in on that later on.
Now, as you can see, this is actually my brother Kurt, teaches out in California. He records a lot of his lessons and puts them online. Now, with Brainitz, what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to pause your lessons that you create and insert questions throughout the video. Right now, we've hit the Insert Probe button right over here. It's come up with, let us know that we've successfully inserted a new probe. Hit OK, select the different type of question that you want to use. I'm just going to go for a multiple choice question. And my brother is using blank. And he's using glasses. He's using a walker. He's using Rogaine, or he is using Tylenol. Now, of course, Kurt is using Rogaine. I'm going to go ahead and select that as the correct answer. You'll notice that it'll tell you that the question is correctly inserted here. And it'll also tell you that at 8.3199 seconds into the video, it has a probe. Now, if you didn't like the probe and you wanted to go ahead and delete that, just right-click right here, and then it'll give you the opportunity to delete the question. We don't want to delete that. We want the question to come up, so we're going to leave that. Hit play.
You should have read.
Now, this will remind you of the question that you have selected. A little quick reminder. Hit OK, is assuming that that is exactly what you want. And hit play again.
In the book, chapter 14, section 2. This is a mistake. It's not chapter 13, section 2. Read in the book, chapter 14, section 2, pages 563 through 560.
Now, we're going to go ahead and insert a probe again. And right there is successfully inserted. We're just going to stick with multiple choice number 4 for multiple choice. And we're going to insert another quick question here. You should have read what chapter? 11, 12, 13, or 14? And the answer there is number 14. You're going to hit OK. Lets us know that it was successfully inserted, and we've got the second probe there. When we go ahead, if we want to go ahead and take a look at how the students will view this, go to the student selection. This is exactly how the students will be able to see this. Students can pause. They will be able to rewind. This actually currently isn't working. The student will select which video, because presumably you will have more lessons that you will record and assign for students.
Hello again, and this is Kurt Knox. Hopefully with a little more hair. It's been a week. I've been using Rogaine, so we'll check back in on that later on.
And the question comes up, if you were not paying attention and you did not realize Kurt was using Rogaine, you might select glasses. Maybe you couldn't see that he wasn't wearing glasses. And when that happens, it says that you clearly were not paying attention. As a student, you hit then OK, and it will take you back to the beginning of the video.
Hello again, and this is Kurt Knox. Hopefully with a little more hair. It's been a week. I've been using Rogaine, so we'll check back in on that later on. You should.
Now, what this gives you as a student, the opportunity to rewatch the information that you did not understand the first time, or maybe that you simply missed. When you watch it again, you now realize, oh yeah, my brother is actually using Rogaine.
Click on Rogaine. In the book, chapter 14, section 2. This is a mistake. It's not chapter 13, section 2. Read in the book, chapter 14, section 2, pages 563 through 569.
Now you'll notice the video pauses once again and it asks what chapter you should have read. Now, as we all saw, you should have read chapter 14. But if you were not paying attention, you click chapter 13, it will not take you back to the beginning of the video. It will take you back till just after the last correct answer. So for example, you previously, or we, successfully answered the first question. So if we get the second question wrong, it'll take us back to just after the first question.
In the book, chapter 14, section 2. This is a mistake. It's not chapter 13, section 2. Read in the book, chapter 14, section 2, pages 563 through 569.
And now, once again, we get to the question and we realize that we should be clicking number 14 for chapter 14 is what we should have read.
The essential question for these notes are, what are the parts of blood and what are their functions?
Now, you'll notice over here, I just recently hit pause. A student can hit the pause button at any time to allow them, if they need to stop for any given second, but the student cannot fast forward the video. That is intentional, so that way the student has to watch the entire video in order to get to the questions. Whenever they're ready to resume the video, they just hit resume.
So you're going to learn about the parts of the blood
and again can pause it at any given time. As a teacher, you can simply go back to the teacher page and then add in more probes into the video as you might like. Now, once you are done, we are going to assume that we only wanted to add in 2 questions here just at the beginning of the video. It automatically saves for you and you can head home. Once you have done that, it is done. Your video is up and ready for students to watch. Now, as a student, when your student is ready to watch this video, all they simply need to do initially is they'll need to log in. Matt Friendly, and we're going to have Matt Friendly as M Friendly. We'll just use the same password. They register as a student and hit OK. Once that they have created their account, which you only need to do one time, Matt simply puts in his login and password, and then identifies which teacher's video he wants to watch. Right now it's going to be teacher number 4, which is Mr. Friendly. Matt will simply select which video he wants to watch, and when he does,
hello again, and this is
it'll look the exact same way.
With a little more hair. It's been a week. I've been using Rogaine, so we'll check back in on that later on.
And for now, as you can see, Matt will see the exact same thing that we saw as a teacher as we were creating it. Matt will either get the question right or wrong, and if he gets it wrong, it will kick him back. At this point,
you should have read
Rogaine.
in the book.
We'll pause that for a second and hit home. The student will now have the opportunity to save the video for additional to be completed at another time if they want, or they can just exit out. Thank you for watching, and Brainitz is as simple as that. We're going to now get into the teacher instruction to let you guys kind of know on how to best record your videos so that way you can easily embed the questions. Some of you are pretty familiar with how to create videos as a teacher and assign them to your students. For those of you that are not, this section is for you. Brainitz uses MP4 videos, and it will pull them off of your computer. If you want to pull up the file folder and you go to the Brainitz folder, when you open that up, you'll see the list of videos that we have on Brainitz. Now, these are not the only videos that are available. You can always add videos to this pile. In order to do that, there's a couple of ways. We're going to show you one if you've already created videos on YouTube and you simply need to convert those, or you have a video on YouTube that you would like to use in your classroom and you want to convert that to be able to use into Brainitz, you simply need to download it and convert it into an MP4. One of the favorite products that I like to use to do so is Online Video Converter. And just simply type that into your URL. It'll come on up. Please be respectful of copyright as you decide which videos that you want to download. So you can go to YouTube directly from Online Video Converter. I'll just simply type in Rainy Science and actually get to my brother's science class. Click on that. And when I find a lesson that I want to convert, if I have not already converted it, or if there's another video on YouTube, it works the exact same way. You just go ahead and you find the video that you want to convert.
Hello again, and this is Kurt.
Hit pause, copy the URL, go back to Online Video Converter, paste it in here, change this to a MP4, and we're going to start the conversion. Conversion should only take a few seconds. If your internet at your school is particularly slow, you may want to do your videos at home and bring those back to school for you to use Brainitz. Once it has been converted, you'll simply download it. Now, one of the things that I do not like about Online Video Converter is every single time that you're going to be downloading your video, it does have a pop-up, and it's always going to give you something that looks like you should click on it. Those are always, always, always spam, so just ignore that. You've got your conversion happening down here, and we got 2 seconds left. And it's now converted. Just go ahead and minimize that. Head back to your folder. Once you go to your downloads, which is right here, click on that. You'll notice that we have the video that we just downloaded. Right click, whoop, copy that, go back to Brainitz, go to the video file, and you can right click and paste it there. And right there, the video is. That is how you add more videos to your video library to be able to make your Brainitz lessons. Another way to make your video lessons is through a program called Screencast-O-Matic. It's one of my favorite programs. All I got to do is just head up here and go to Screencast-O-Matic and click on that. It's a pretty simple to use product, and in fact that's what I'm using to create this video tutorial is. You'll notice that there is a free version, or you can get the pro version for $15 a year. Either one is great. Now, for the best way on how to use it is really, there's a really good YouTube tutorial. This guy, Bill Selleck, how to use Screencast-O-Matic. Now, it is a little bit long, so I won't go through the whole thing, and he is using a little bit of an outdated version, but it does give you some really good information. Basically, this will allow you to record your screens as with you talking over it, just like I am, or you can do it with a picture of yourself in the lower right-hand corner, similar to how my brother Kurt's video was. Once you've recorded the video on Screencast-O-Matic, you can download your video directly to your desktop, and then from your desktop, embed the question into Brainitz. So, for example, is if you've taken this recording and you want to embed it into Brainitz, just open up the folder, go to Brainitz, go to Videos, and then you would be able to drag and drop a MP4 recording directly in there. Now, once you have that recording number 2, you can go back to Brainitz, either through the icon, the shortcut that I have created here, or you can do it directly from the Brainitz executable file, and go back to Teacher. And now when you create a new lesson, you will notice that recording shows up and you are able to edit that. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to email me directly at clintnox@me.com. That's CLINTKNOX knox@me.com. And hope you enjoy Brainitz. We always look for feedback, and take care.